Hello, and welcome back to the Notes and Quotes podcast. If you're new, thank you so much for clicking on this episode and joining. This is a really interesting episode to come on to because I want to be completely honest with you guys all the time. I'm trying to be candid, trying to be down to earth, honest, and just put aside all the bullshit. I had absolutely no idea what to talk about this week. I didn't. I was thinking about it for a while. I was just because I have a couple guest episodes in the lineup, but none of them are ready to be published yet. So I was thinking, okay, I need a solo episode for this week. What am I going to talk about? And I was in a rut and I was going through all my ideas I have got listed. None of them were jumping out at me. And I was like, you know what? Let me just hop on the mic. Let me just talk and see what happens. So that's what we're doing. There's absolutely zero plan for today's episode. I don't even have a quote, you guys. That's how low plan we are today. So bear with me. I really hope that this is okay and that you guys enjoy. So, like every cliche human being, I've been getting into the New Year's resolution thing. And maybe what I'll do is I'll tell you guys my New Year's resolutions and see if that resonates. So, what are my New Year's resolutions? Let's pull them up. 1 second. So for those of you who don't know, I'm an extreme planner, and that might sound like a good thing, and in many ways it is, but in a lot of ways it's also a very bad thing. I plan out every single little thing in my life. Well, not every single little thing, but most things. Like I'm just a major planner, and I hyperfixate on I hyperfixate on things, and I just overplan, and then I go back and change plans based on new ideas, and it's beneficial, but it's also a bit psychotic the way that I do it. So I've got this document in my notes called plans. That's where all my plans go, the major big ones, and I've got my 2025 goals or New Year's resolutions on here. So number one, monetize the podcast. I really want to monetize the podcast. I want to grow the podcast. One, I want to monetize it because money. Everyone loves money, and I need money. But I also want to just grow it and grow the community and create something that I am even more proud of. So monetize the podcast. I've got relocate to London on here, but I don't know. I mean, I do want to. I think I want to live in London for a little bit, just as like a thing. Like I want to experience living in the city or a city for a while. And I have no interest in going to America. I think there are too many people that I know in Canada because everyone from Barbados goes to Canada. So I just want to be away. Like I love all those people, but I need to be on my own and grow alone. So I want to be in a place that I don't know everybody. And then I know I'm only mentioning like Western countries, and the reason for that is because I want to try living in a Western country for a bit, like a global North country for a bit. I've lived in the global South. I've visited a lot of countries in the global South. Well, I say that lightly, not a lot of countries, but I've lived in the global South, and I want to see what it's like to live in the global North for a bit and contrast those two. So relocate to London is on there. Maybe somewhere in the second half of the year, like June onward, we'll see. I don't know. There are a lot of plans that I've been dabbling around in my head towards that. Travel, I guess it's just like a cliche one, yeah? Like everyone has travel on their resolutions or their goals or whatever. But I don't just mean travel abroad. I mean travel around where I am. When I say travel, I mean go to different parts of the UK. I'm new to this place and I want to explore it. And be aggressive about saving. So I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of personal education on money, especially as somebody who is in their early 20s and now in adulthood and trying to grow and learn how to be financially independent. That's why I've been also dabbling in doing a couple episodes about financial independence as I'm learning, and probably with some guests so they can teach me too and teach you guys as well about financial independence, about investments, about savings and everything, and how to get into that and how to maximize it so that you can be successful and comfortable in your life. I think that's really important. So I want to be aggressive about saving this year. So far, I've been really passive about saving. I have savings, but it's just been really like, I don't budget. So this year, I want to do that, and I want to actively budget out my monthly income so that I can have some concrete savings to actually go towards some of my goals. Maybe that could go towards the relocating to London one. So the next two are, I think, my two biggest ones for this year. One, do more things for me. For years, I think for my entire life up until when I moved here, I have been doing things for other people. I've always been living up to other people's expectations, doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing. Or if somebody asks me to do something or says, oh, you should sign up for this or you should do this, I do it because I'm a bit of a people pleaser. I want validation. I want external validation. I want to feel like I am good enough for society and the people around me. And too many times it has gotten in the way of me doing things just for me. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be something big like picking a job or choosing my next degree or something. But I mean, simple things like literally just reading more, sketching. I want to get back into sketching. I used to do random bits of art that were not good, but I enjoyed that. And I want to get back into that. So I bought a sketchbook and I've been doing random sketches every now and then. And I put at the beginning of it, oh my gosh, this could be the quote for today. Well, maybe one of the quotes. So what's the quote? Hold on a minute. I'm literally, as I'm speaking, opening up the sketchbook so I can remember what this quote is. Okay, so it says, it doesn't have to be perfect for you to enjoy it. I love, love that quote. And I put it at the beginning of the sketchbook because I wanted to remember that I don't have to be a perfectionist with this activity. Sketching and whatever I'm doing in this book, whether it's journaling or writing out lists or just doing creativity, doesn't have to be perfect for me to enjoy it. It's just for enjoyment. And I need that reminder in my life for everything because I really am a perfectionist, and that goes in with the hyperfixation on things and the planning. I can be a lot on myself, and I can be hard on myself to be perfect with things that I do. And then I stop doing them if they're not good enough for my standards and ignore the fact that it's just an enjoyable activity. So I want to be doing more things for me that I just find enjoyable and that bring me peace. So that is a big, big, big one for me this year that I'm going to be active about. And I didn't list all of the things that are on the do more things for me category because I just want to keep some of them personal, but it's a really important one for me. So the next one and the last goal or New Year's resolution that I have for 2025 is to be healthier and fitter. And I know that that is also another big cliche one that everyone has on their list. But listen, guys, just hear me out, okay? And it's not one, by the way, that I typically have on my goals list. I know that it's important to be healthy and it's important to be fit, and you should focus on your health and wellness as paramount in your life. But it's just never been a major priority for me. It's always been one of those things that are in the back of my mind because if I'm being completely honest, I have been skinny my entire life. Like bone skinny my entire life just through genetics. It's really, really difficult for me to gain weight. And I have, I hate saying this and validating this and not preoccupying, perpetuating. I'm perpetuating this stereotype. But I do, for my entire life, have had like the stereotypical good body, like the swimsuit body or whatever. Well, with the changing body standards, I probably don't anymore because now it's like all voluptuous ladies, which is great. They need to have their moment, but that's not me anymore. But what I'm saying is I've always been thin. So I've never had that mental thing with like, oh, I need to go on a diet and I need to like work out, because I think in the workout and fitness industry, so much of it is about and focused on losing weight and being trim and slim. And because I was always that, I was like, well, I don't need to really focus on it too heavily because like I'm fine. I would like to gain more weight, but like in terms of fitness, I'm fine because I fit the quote unquote standards, which is shit. Like that's such a terrible mindset to have, such a flawed mindset to have, because I have been so unfit. Like I get winded running upstairs or just walking upstairs. It's really bad. Like it's really, really, really bad. And so I've thought to myself for many years, I need to fix that. Like I know I need to fix that, but it's always been in the back of my mind because I'm fine. I can walk everywhere. Like my body's fine. It doesn't have any ailments or I don't have any disabilities or anything. So I'm fine. So it hasn't felt like a priority. You know what I mean? But at the beginning of this year, I was in the hospital and, and that was a really traumatic time for me. I didn't realize it was a traumatic time because in it I was kind of in a daze, but then when I saw how weak I was cuz I had a really 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 bad asthma attack and then that spiraled into me going into the ambulance and then like having to spend 3 nights in the hospital because my lungs weren't working properly and the inhalers weren't working and nothing was working to bring me back up and I was so weak and I was fainting and my oxygen levels were low. Everything was just really, really bad. And so they admitted me for about 3 nights. And in that, you get like regular vital checks when you're in the hospital so that they can see your heart rate, your oxygen levels, your blood pressure, all that stuff, yeah? And I was looking at it and I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what's good and what's not good for those vitals. So I was just looking at them and they were giving me, stuff to help with it. And then they admitted me to a room to spend the night. And it was with these 3 other old ladies who, by the way, lovely people. I loved them. They were so, 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 so sweet. But I'm across from them, yeah? So it's one room with 4 beds and 2 on each side of the room. So I can see the 2 ladies two of the ladies that out of the 4, including myself, 2 of the ladies in front of me. And I can see their vital charts. And I'm looking at their heart rate and I'm looking at their blood pressure. I'm looking at their oxygen levels and it's much better than my own. And these are like women in their 90s and 80s. And I'm just like, that kind of rocked me. That I was thinking to myself, this is first of all embarrassing. I'm by far the youngest person in here. I'm 22. They're in their 80s and 90s. And I'm sitting over here with my vital chart showing really bad numbers. And what am I doing with my life? Why am I just out of sheer laziness ruining my health for no reason? And it was also rocked me to my core that even when I got discharged and I went home, I was still recovering. And I couldn't walk from my bedroom to the kitchen, which by the way is not very far, without like panting because my lungs were still very, very weak. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, this has to stop. I need to just make some changes. And so the health and fitness thing has become like something that's on my radar a lot more now. I'm eating a lot healthier, making sure that I have greens in every meal. And it's not like I've just switched to salads because I can't do that. That's the thing. Let me pause and just go to this thought that's in my head. I have tried to go on the health and fitness kick multiple times, by the way. I've done little challenges. I've done 30-day challenges of working out every day. I've tried running. I've tried, doing sports every now and then, like once or twice. Nothing has stuck because I always back out or just find an excuse to stop. And I don't like fruits. I don't like super, super healthy food or healthy meals like salads and like granola bars and all these different things. I'm not, it doesn't appeal to me. So I thought to myself this time around, you know what? I am not chickening out this time around. I need to figure out a way to include healthiness and fitness into my lifestyle that doesn't make me hate it and is easy and sustainable. So what I've done is with the food that I'm eating, I like vegetables. I don't like fruits, but I like vegetables. The only fruits that I like are apples. So I'm going to try and get some apples so I can snack on every now and then. But I like vegetables. So with all of my regular meals, I've been trying to put vegetables into every one of my regular meals. So if I'm eating a bowl of rice and chicken with gravy, I'm not just going to eat a bowl of rice and chicken and gravy anymore. I'm going to eat a bowl of rice and chicken and gravy and put lettuce in there and put cucumbers and put sweet peppers and whatever other greens I can find in the kitchen, I'm going to put in it so that I can be getting those nutrients in every single day. Whether it's breakfast, I'm going to add like a bunch of mushrooms. I'm going to add just kind of incorporate veggies into my meals more than I would before. And then try and find some healthier snacks and cut down on snacks that are really, really unhealthy. I'm not cutting them out completely. Like, I'm still going to eat donuts. I'm still going to eat crisps every day. Not every day, sorry. Every now and then. But I'm also going to be supplementing it with food that's good for me. And what I've realized over this past week of me doing that is that I've had less cravings for the bad stuff. I still eat it every now and then, but I eat it a lot less than I used to. And I don't know why. I think it's just a psychological shift that I've had. And then with the fitness thing, listen, I'm not a gym girl. I'm not a runner. I'm not the girl who goes to regular yoga classes. I just, it doesn't stick with me. But I really like nature and I like people watching and I like seeing sights. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll incorporate walking. Maybe I'll go on 2 walks every day. That's my maximum. Minimum 1 walk a day. How am I going to incorporate this into my life? Every day that I go to work, and I work 3 days a week, I just sit in the kitchen upstairs at lunch and read. And that's great. That's fine. Reading's great. It's one of my things that I wanted to get back into, reading more, which is awesome. But why don't I go outside? I have realized, guys, I've been working in this job for 3 months. And ever since I started walking every day at lunch now for this week, that's what I've incorporated. I realize, hey, it's now clicked in my mind. I work in a city. I literally work in the heart of a city. Why have I not realized all the amazing things around me? I went into this amazing, amazing cathedral the other day. Oh my God, it blew my mind. It was one of the cathedrals where Harry Potter was shot at. And I work 2-minute walk away from that. I could go there every day if I wanted to, which is crazy to me. I saw so many different wonderful sights and spoke to some people in the city center. It's a great way to meet people walking, and it's a great way to just be present and enjoy your surroundings. It's great for your mental health as well, I've realized. And it's just lovely. And then when I come home from work, I do 2 walks around the block. And then I go inside. Or I go inside to pee and then I come back and do 2 walks around the block. So that's why I incorporate 2 walks into my day every day. And then when I'm not working, I'll just like, today I walked up to the park and into the woods in my nearby woody area. And it was beautiful. I think that was probably one of my best walks I've done all week because it was just lovely. It was so grounding. And I practiced mindfulness and like being present, and it was just good to get out as well. It got me out of this rut because I was sitting in my room for this entire morning and being like, what am I going to record? I have no idea what I'm going to record. And then I was able to figure it out. Like, let me just put all the pressure away from it because really and truly, it's never that serious. And let me just talk to you guys. So walking has been really great for me. And then every morning before all of this, I stretch. I get out of bed. I go pee. I brush my teeth. I come back in my room and I do stretches, which is really just nice. It's nice to just open up your body. Nothing too intense. I don't follow any routine that I found online. I literally just do whatever feels right for stretching, whether it's rolling my shoulders, whether it's doing lunges, whether it's just like, I don't know, like stretching out my legs. I've been trying to get back into splits, so I've been doing whatever kind of split that I can. Sometimes it depends on how I feel. I just go with what my body tells me should be right. And then I've also been trying to incorporate doing 1 minute plank every day. That's my biggest push. A 1 minute plank every single day, every single morning. And it's been good. It's building up strength, I think, because it's a plank is like, it activates every part of your body, your back, your arms, your core, everything. So I think that's been really beneficial as well. And that's literally my entire health and fitness thing. I'm not incorporating anything else. I'm not going to say I'm going to go to the gym every day or every week or whatever. I'm not doing that because I know I'm not going to stick with that. I'm not signing up for some intricate workout class. I'm not doing some 75 hard or anything like that. I'm not doing that because I know I'm going to tap out because I'm not going to enjoy it. And the way to become consistent with things is to enjoy it. And I'm not also saying that with this new routine that I've incorporated, that I'm going to be 100% perfect every day. Because there are going to be days where I feel like shit. There are going to be days where I'm tired. There are going to be days where I'm more busy and I can't do 2 walks a day. Or there are going to be days where I'm not even in my general environment where it's not possible for me to do this routine every single day. But I'm going to do a version of it every single day. So if I've only got 20% of that routine to give, I'm going to give that 20%. Let's say I can only do a walk a day or half a walk a day. I'm going to do that. If I can only do a 30-second plank a day, then I'll just do 30 seconds. But I'm going to push myself to do a minute because I know I can. But I'm going to try to just be consistent with what I can give that day. And then that is what motivates me to keep going. And that's what keeps me enjoying this instead of me saying that I have to do something super intense and super out of my comfort zone and super out of my norm and what I actually enjoy for me to be healthy and fit. It's not necessary, I don't think. So those are my New Year's resolutions. Those are my 2025 goals, I suppose. We'll see how it goes. I really don't know what to expect from 2025 because it's the first year that I am not in school in my entire life. And when you're in school, you know what's going to happen for the next year, at least, or half a year if you're in your final year or something. And it's so comforting. Like you don't know the specifics of what's going to happen. You don't know what friends you're going to make or lose. You don't know what grades you're going to get or whatever, but you know where you're going to be for the next period of time. For me, I don't. Like, when you leave school, you don't know what's going on. At least that's how it's been for me. I'm in a job, and I actually love my job. I love working there. And I don't know how long I'm going to work there for, but I'm working there now. I have no real, seriously laid out plans for 2025. Like, I've got rough ideas, but I don't know what to expect. Plus, I'm living in a new country. I'm on new ground. I've got budding new friendships. I meet new people all the time. And it's just kind of like, what's going to stick? Who's going to stick? Who's going to go? What's going to happen? It's like we've just started a new series or a new season of the show of my life, and I don't know what to expect. And it's terrifying and exciting at the same time. So I'm just kind of throwing my hands up and leaving it and being like, well, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to stay on this set of goals that I've laid out and see where that takes me. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And if you don't know where you're at this year, or if you don't know what you're doing with your life, or if you're on the right track, or if this is what you want, trust and believe you are not alone. I'm in the exact same boat as you. I think millions of people are. I would also argue that I think on some level everyone is. And you don't need to feel shit about the fact that you are floundering around in life and that you don't know what's going on and that you're just kind of taking it day by day and you're just doing what feels right. Because that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You are correct. You are doing well. You're doing fine. Just keep going. Trust your gut and trust that whatever's meant to happen is going to happen for you. And I know that sounds so tacky. Like, oh, whatever's meant to happen will happen. Like, the universe has got your back. Yeah, I get it. I know. Ew. But, guys, all of that is just to say that you guys need to take a chill pill. We all need to take a chill pill and realize that 1, life is never that serious. 2, things tend to work out in your life. Even when you think they won't, things tend to work out. 3, surprises happen all the time. all the time. The amount of times that I've been surprised by opportunities that I never thought were going to come for me, the amount of times that I've been surprised by people that come into my life out of what seems like nowhere or come back into my life when I thought they were gone for good, it's just mind-blowing, and what makes life so enjoyable and wonderful and painful as well. And four, one that I've recently loved, time will pass anyway. And what do I mean by this? When I say time will pass anyway, it's kind of a push for you to do whatever it is you want to do, no matter how long it's going to take, no matter how daunting it seems, because it doesn't matter that it's going to take a year to do something. It doesn't matter that it's going to take so much education and growth for you to get to where you want to be, or all of these things. The time is going to pass anyway. So you might as well just do it. Nike it. Just do it. You can just do whatever you want to do. It's your life. And I feel like we all just need to realize that and be a lot calmer in our activities and our choices and our thoughts. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now because now I really am rambling. But before I go, I do want to say we have been thinking about this podcast, and we really want to make sure that the podcast, I say we when it's really a one-woman show, it's me, but I really want to make sure that the podcast is doing what it needs to do for you. I want to make sure you guys are enjoying it. I want to make sure that you guys are getting something from it. So what I've done is I've created a Google form where you guys can go and give your feedback on the episodes. It doesn't matter what episode it is. It doesn't matter if the episode's past or if it's this episode or if it's future episodes. You also don't have to do it for every episode, but it would really mean a lot to me for you guys to give me your feedback. It takes less than a minute to fill out. It's super short. It's only a couple questions. I promise it won't take up too much of your time, and it really would help me gauge how you guys are feeling in this community and what you want to see, what you want less of, what helps and what doesn't help, how long you want the episodes to be. All of these different things would really, really help me in understanding how to create content and create a podcast community that really fuels you. So if you want to fill that out, it's down in the description of every single one of the episodes, even the past ones. So please go check it out. And if you want, you can fill it out. As always, I love talking to you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really excited to continue doing this in 2025. And if you enjoyed, you can check us out on the socials at Notes and Quotes Pod on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I would love to chat with you guys. And if you want more of me, you can check my Instagram out at Naomi A. Cambridge. And that's it. So yeah, anyway, bye guys. I'll see you guys again next week for a guest episode. And I love you so much. All right, have a great rest of your day, night, week, whatever it is. Okay, bye.